You've made your list, folded your clothes, and zipped up your carry-on. But here's the shocker. Airlines aren't thrilled with what seniors pack. In 2025, new rules and hidden policies mean certain items, bag choices, and even packing habits can delay you, cost you money, or get your bag pulled at the gate. For seniors, that often means stress, heavy lifting, or even losing access to essential medication. After speaking with TSA officers, flight attendants, and frequent senior travelers, we uncovered the things airlines secretly hate the most and how to avoid them. In this video, I'll reveal them step by step. Trust me, number 3 surprises even seasoned travelers. Let's jump in. 1. Overstuffed carry-ons. Airlines despise when seniors cram every inch of their carry-on. In 2025, overhead bins are tighter than ever, and overstuffed bags slow boarding, jam bins, and force gate checking. Seniors are especially vulnerable because heavy bursting bags are harder to lift safely, often leading to delays. Flight attendants say they often target bulging bags first for gate check. One traveler in Chicago said her swollen carry-on popped open mid-boarding, scattering her belongings down the aisle. The fix? Pack strategically, leaving some room in your bag. Use compression cubes instead of overstuffing, and if needed, split items into a personal underseat bag. Remember, a slightly smaller manageable bag boards faster and gets fewer complaints. But if you think bulky bags are bad, wait until you hear the rule airlines hate most when it comes to powders and liquids. 2. Powder and liquid surprises. Seniors often travel with protein powders, supplements, or liquid medications, completely normal. But airlines and TSA hate when they're packed the wrong way. In 2025, powders over 12 ounces are flagged as potential explosives, and liquids over 3.4 ounces still trigger bag checks. Seniors often forget, leading to long delays and sometimes confiscations. A retired teacher in Atlanta lost her nutritional drink mix because she didn't separate it properly. TSA agents say powders must be in original packaging or clearly labeled, and liquid meds should be declared separately. The fix? Keep powders under 12 ounces per container, and pack liquid medications in a clear bag with documentation if possible. Declare them up front. It saves time and stress. But while TSA hates powders, airlines themselves have another pet peeve: heavier than expected bags. 3. Hidden heavy bags. Here's something airlines won't admit. They hate when carry-ons look small, but weigh like bricks. Seniors sometimes pack dense items, books, canned food, or electronics, that push bags over weight limits. In 2025, more airlines are cracking down, weighing carry-ons at the gate. Flight attendants told us they see seniors struggle most because heavy bags are tough to lift, slow boarding, and risk injury. One retired traveler said she was charged $75 on the spot when her small carry-on weighed over 30 pounds. The fix? Weigh your bag at home. Pack light, distribute weight into a personal item, and consider e-readers instead of heavy books. Keep the bag under 20 to 22 pounds when possible. Because if the airline thinks your bag is heavier than you can safely handle, you may lose it at the gate. But heavy bags aren't the only issue. Sometimes it's the type of bag itself airlines hate. 4. Hard-shell cases. Hard-shell carry-ons look sleek, but in 2025, airlines quietly dislike them, especially when seniors pack them. Why? They can't compress into bins, they scuff easily, and they take up more room. Flight attendants say hard shells are the first to be pulled for gate checking when bins fill up. Seniors often assume a hard case protects belongings better, but in reality, once it's gate checked, it's at the same risk as any other bag. A senior traveler in Dallas said her brand new hardshell cracked after being tossed under the plane. The fix? Consider soft-sided luggage with reinforced edges. They can be nudged into tighter spaces and often stay overhead while hard shells are sent down. And when it comes to packing, don't assume sturdy equals safe. Airlines prefer flexible bags because they keep boarding smooth. But beyond the case itself, airlines really hate when seniors bring too many just-in-case items. 5. Too many just-in-case items. Seniors often pack for every scenario. Extra jackets, multiple pairs of shoes, stacks of medications in bulky containers. But airlines hate it because it means bigger, heavier bags, slower boarding, and less overhead space for others. In 2025, airlines are stricter about personal item size, and they'll measure anything that looks too stuffed. One retired traveler admitted she brought 3 pairs of sneakers just in case, only to have her bag pulled aside and gate checked. The fix? Be realistic. Wear your bulkiest items on the plane and streamline the rest. For medications, use pill organizers instead of full bottles. Stick to one versatile jacket and fewer pairs of shoes. The lighter and leaner you pack, the less attention you'll attract from airline staff. But if you think overpacking clothing is bad, wait until you hear about the sneaky tech items airlines are cracking down on in 2025. 6. Smart luggage with batteries. Airlines hate smart luggage when it's packed wrong. In 2025, many seniors buy carry-ons with built-in chargers, GPS trackers, or digital locks. The problem? Most of these contain lithium batteries, which are banned from the cargo hold. Gate agents are trained to pull these bags if they spot built-in battery packs, slowing seniors down and sometimes forcing them to repack at the gate. One retired traveler in Phoenix said she had to unscrew the battery mid-boarding while the line backed up. The fix? Always buy smart luggage with removable batteries and keep spares in your carry-on, not checked baggage. Before your trip, check the airline's policy. Many now require proof that the battery can be detached. Airlines don't hate the idea of smart luggage. They hate the delays it causes. And if you think batteries are a headache, wait until you see how packing valuable jewelry can land seniors in hot water. 7. Jewelry and valuables in checked bags. Seniors often think, I'll be safer putting valuables in my checked luggage. But airlines despise it. Why? Because every time jewelry, electronics, or cash goes into checked bags, it creates liability. In 2025, most airlines flat out state they're not responsible for lost or stolen valuables in the hold. Flight attendants say theft from checked bags is still common, especially at large hubs. One retired teacher in New York lost a necklace and watch worth thousands after packing them in checked luggage. The airline shrugged. They weren't liable. The fix? Always keep valuables in your personal item or carry-on you'll have overhead. Use a discreet pouch for jewelry and don't flash it at security or boarding. Airlines hate checked valuables because they lead to arguments and claims they won't pay. But valuables aren't the only red flag. Sometimes it's the everyday household items seniors forget about. 8. Household liquids and tools. Seniors often pack familiar items from home, large bottles of lotion, scissors, nail clippers, or even sewing kits. But in 2025, airlines and TSA still crack down hard on anything sharp or liquid over the 3.4-ounce limit. Agents told us seniors are frequent culprits, not out of carelessness, but out of routine. One traveler in Miami had her favorite hand cream tossed because it was in an 8-ounce container. Another lost a sewing kit for having small scissors inside. The fix? Buy travel-size versions of lotions, shampoos, and creams. For tools, pack only TSA-approved kits without sharp edges. Airlines don't want to argue at checkpoints. They want the line moving. They hate when seniors pack these items because it slows everyone down. And if you thought household items were harmless, just wait until you hear what airlines hate even more. Fresh food in your bag. 9. Packing fresh food. It seems harmless, packing a sandwich, fruit, or even a homemade meal for the flight. But airlines quietly dislike it. In 2025, customs rules on international flights are stricter than ever, and even domestic flights can suffer delays if fresh food spills or smells. Flight attendants told us seniors often bring food that leaks, spoils, or has strong odors. One traveler in Dallas packed homemade curry in a container that leaked mid-flight, leading to a cleanup and angry fellow passengers. Airlines hate the hassle, and sometimes they'll confiscate food at the gate if it doesn't meet customs guidelines. The fix? Stick to sealed snacks like granola bars, nuts, or airline-approved packaged foods. If you must bring fresh items, double seal them and eat them before landing. Seniors often don't realize their comfort food can cause big problems. But food isn't the only packing mistake. Some seniors bring banned tech gear without realizing it. 10. Prohibited tech items. Airlines despise when seniors pack tech gear that looks normal but is banned. In 2025, hoverboards, lithium battery power banks over 100 watt-hours, and certain e-cigarette devices are forbidden in both checked and carry-on bags. TSA says seniors often forget rules have changed, showing up with oversized power banks or outdated electronics. One traveler in Orlando said she had her backup battery confiscated at security, worth $150, because it exceeded the watt-hour limit. The fix? Check your devices. Power banks must be under 100 watt-hours to fly, and some airlines limit you to 2. Never pack e-cigarettes or vape pens in checked luggage. They must be in carry-on only. Airlines hate dealing with confiscations because it slows boarding and causes arguments at the gate. Seniors who stay updated save themselves the headache. And if you think electronics cause trouble, wait until you hear how airlines feel about oversized souvenirs packed for the trip home. 11. Oversized souvenirs. It's tempting. Seniors love bringing home keepsakes for family. Wine bottles, decorative plates, or even large wooden crafts. But airlines hate oversized souvenirs packed in carry-ons. In 2025, bins are designed for standard luggage. Odd-shaped items hog space, roll around during turbulence, and annoy flight attendants who have to rearrange. One traveler in Miami said her oversized gift box delayed boarding because it wouldn't fit in the bin or under the seat, and the crew finally made her check it. The fix? If you buy souvenirs, stick to compact, soft items or ship bulky purchases home. Many duty-free shops even offer shipping at a discount. Airlines despise awkward, oversized shapes because they slow everything down. And if souvenirs make them cringe, wait until you hear how they feel about packing too much medicine the wrong way. 12. Unorganized medication packs. Seniors often travel with dozens of pill bottles, vitamins, and supplements. Airlines hate it when they're scattered or stuffed into carry-ons without order. Why? At security, loose bottles trigger extra screening, slowing the line. And at boarding, fumbling with bags for meds frustrates staff. TSA officers in 2025 say they see seniors lose bottles more than any other group, rolling onto conveyor belts or dropping in bins. A retired traveler in Chicago said she lost half her pills when a bottle popped open during screening. The fix? Use a travel pill organizer with clear daily compartments and keep a printed prescription list. Pack meds in a small labeled pouch you can grab instantly. Airlines don't mind medications. They mind when they're messy and cause delays. But medications aren't the only small things that cause outsized problems. Umbrellas are another pet peeve. 13. Umbrellas and canes packed wrong. Mobility items are essential for seniors, but airlines hate when they're packed incorrectly. In 2025, foldable umbrellas with sharp tips are often flagged as potential weapons, while canes or walking sticks packed in overhead bins roll around and damage other bags. Flight attendants say they've seen umbrellas tear into carry-ons mid-flight. A retired veteran in Dallas said his folding cane was nearly confiscated because it was hidden in his carry-on instead of declared. The fix? Always carry mobility aids separately and declare them at the gate. Collapsible umbrellas should go in checked luggage unless they're compact and blunt-tipped. Airlines don't hate these items. They hate the chaos when they're stowed wrong. But umbrellas aren't the biggest nuisance. Fragrance and aerosols cause even more drama. 14. Aerosols and strong fragrances. Packing hairspray, air fresheners, or perfume bottles. Airlines loathe it. In 2025, aerosols are still restricted because of fire risk, and strong-smelling fragrances irritate fellow passengers in tight cabins. Seniors often bring full-size bottles, not realizing they'll be confiscated or create complaints on board. One traveler in Orlando had her entire checked bag pulled because she packed 4 full-size aerosol sprays. The fix? Stick to travel-size sprays under 3.4 ounces, or switch to solid or roll-on versions. And never spray perfumes or scented products during the flight. It's a top pet peeve of crew. Airlines don't just hate the risk, they hate the passenger conflict strong scents often cause. But if smells are annoying, nothing frustrates airlines more than seniors packing restricted cash and documents incorrectly. 15. Too much cash and loose documents. Many seniors travel with large amounts of cash, passports, and insurance documents, often shoved loosely into bags. Airlines hate it because it creates liability and major delays at security. In 2025, carrying more than $10,000 internationally requires declaration, and many seniors don't know. TSA officers say wallets full of mixed cash and documents spill constantly during screening, slowing lines. A retired traveler in Los Angeles said she held up an entire checkpoint when her folder of cash and papers fell apart on the belt. The fix? Carry only the cash you need, keep it in a money belt or zipped pouch, and declare large sums if required. Store documents in a single, waterproof folder. Airlines don't hate seniors having money. They hate the mess and arguments it causes at checkpoints. And if you think that's bad, just wait for the bonus packing mistake most seniors never realize until it's too late. Bonus tip: ignoring airline apps. Here's one packing mistake seniors rarely think about: skipping the airline's app. In 2025, most airlines now require you to confirm baggage details digitally before check-in. Seniors who don't use apps often show up with bags that don't meet updated requirements, leading to extra fees or even denied boarding. Flight attendants say they see this daily. Seniors arrive with oversized personal items or bags marked as free online but not in the system. One retired traveler in Phoenix said she was forced to pay $60 at the counter because she didn't pre-confirm her carry-on through the airline app. The fix? Always download and use your airline's app before packing. Most will tell you exact weight and size rules, flag restricted items, and even let you prepay baggage fees at a discount. Airlines don't hate seniors, they hate surprises. And when you pack without checking digital rules, that's exactly what you become: a surprise they don't want to deal with. Packing mistakes in 2025 can cost seniors time, money, and stress. But with the right preparation, you'll avoid the traps airlines hate most. Which of these mistakes have you seen travelers make? Or do you have a packing horror story of your own? Share it in the comments. Your tip might save someone's trip.